Hello and welcome to the DebtCircle Sundown Brief. I'm Leela, and here's your complete fixed income market wrap for 7th May 2026. Let's begin with the corporate bond market. In listed corporate bonds, the highest traded yield came from Satin Finserv Limited at an exceptional yield of 98.55% on a trade value of 25 lakh rupees. Navi Finserv Limited featured twice among the top yield trades, with yields of 24.85% and 22.62% respectively. IIFL Samasta Finance Limited traded at a yield of 21.26%, while Berar Finance Limited closed the top 5 list with a yield of 19.29%. Moving to unlisted corporate bonds, the highest yield was seen in EARC Trust SC 409 at 22%. Anthea Aromatics Private Limited traded at 18% yield with a sizable transaction value of 46 lakh rupees. Apex Homes Private Limited saw one of the largest trades of the day at over 4,192 lakh rupees, yielding 14%. Meanwhile, Nuvama Wealth Finance Limited traded at 12% and Refined Finance Private Limited traded near 11.84%. Now turning to mutual fund activity. Debt mutual funds remained net sellers today. Gross purchases stood at 18,908 crore rupees, while gross sales came in at 26,521 crore rupees. That resulted in a net outflow of 7,612 crore rupees for the day. Month to date, April flows remain negative at over 8,319 crore rupees. In the FPI debt segment, foreign investors continued to prefer the FAR route. Under the fully accessible route, or FAR, FPIs recorded net investments of 2,819 crore rupees today. The VRR category also remained positive, with inflows of 911 crore rupees. However, the general limit category witnessed net outflows of 465 crore rupees. For calendar year 2026 so far, FAR investments remain strongly positive at over 14,271 crore rupees. Let's now look at money market rates. The overnight call money rate closed at 5.18%. Reps was at 5.08%, basket repo at 5.12%, and special repo at 4.88%. In the government securities market, the India yield curve remained relatively stable. The one-year government bond yield stood at 5.83%. The benchmark 10-year yield closed at 6.93%. Meanwhile, the long-end 30-year yield was at 7.49%. In Treasury bills, the 91-day cutoff yield came in at 5.29%, the 182-day at 5.50%, and the 364-day at 5.69%. Liquidity conditions remained in deficit territory. Net liquidity injected by the RBI stood at minus 2,65,146 crore rupees. Under the liquidity adjustment framework, SDF utilization was nil, while MSF borrowing stood at 287 crore rupees. In the derivatives market, the one-year MIBOR OIS closed at 5.89%, while the 5-year OIS stood at 6.53%. Modified MIFOR rates continued to remain elevated, with the 5-year tenor at 7.17%. In currencies, the Indian rupee closed at 94 rupees and 26 paise against the US dollar. The euro traded at 110 rupees and 91 paise, while the British pound stood at 128 rupees and 40 paise. In commodities, gold 24 karat was priced at 15,300 rupees per 10 grams, silver at 2,700 rupees per 10 grams, and crude oil traded near $98 per barrel. Equity markets ended positive, with the Sensex closing at 77,844 and the Nifty at 24,326. Finally, in the primary bond market, Midland Microfin Limited announced a 2 crore rupee issuance with a 10-year tenure and coupon of 10.75%, rated A- by Acquite. Meanwhile, Mindspace Business Parks REIT launched a 500 crore rupee bond issue with a tenure of 121 months and coupon of 7.63%, carrying AAA ratings from both CRISIL and ICRA. That's all for today's DebtCircle Sundown Brief. I'm Leela. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow with more updates from India's debt markets.